And anytime I talk about men paying, it's like, oh, women don't have to follow gender roles, but men do. You don't have to do anything. If you want to never pay a dime on a single date, who's stopping you? Not me. I am not Supreme Lord and Emperor over the United States. Maybe I should be, but I'm not. You don't have to pay for dates. Now, is there a subset of women who will find you more attractive if you do pay for things? Yes. I am in that subset. I go out with men who like to pay. As a general rule, there are exceptions. The thing I need you guys to understand, hear me now. I'm going out with a man who likes to pay, who is glad to pay. I'm not holding him at gunpoint saying, you'll never see me again unless you pay for this dinner. I'm not doing that. He's glad to do it. He likes to do it. Is that a gender role? Well, yes. But I need you guys to use your critical thinking skills for a second. Put on your thinking caps. Who's being oppressed in this situation? Not him. He's glad to do it. Not me. I'm having a good time. It's really, really disingenuous when you act like all gender roles cause the same level of harm. Women being financially dependent to a man and having to marry in order to ensure their survival versus a man paying for your dinner. They're both gender roles. They're not comparable.
Trust me. Watch this.
God has given men a capacity and a responsibility that women do not have, and we have to be honest about it. We can say he's not a man, he doesn't know how to lead, he doesn't whatever. There's still a capacity inside of him that God did not give us as women. And one of the biggest examples that I can give of that, imagine it's raining and you're in New York City. And if you've ever been to New York City or in France and it starts raining and people start selling umbrellas on the street, those $5, $10 umbrellas, they're not worth much, but they get the job done until you get home. Imagine you have that man. You have the man that gets the job done, isn't anything special, but he gets the job done. That man, no matter how little you view him, is made to handle the rain. You were not made to handle the rain, but you were made to hold up that which can handle the rain. If you didn't have that umbrella, you would come back home smelling like what you were poured on, what poured on you. When a man comes back in as that umbrella, he gets dried quickly, water repellent, it falls off of him, and no matter how equipped you thought he was, he still was built for the rain. The difference also, some of you want that Neiman Marcus umbrella. Some of you want the wood handle. Those things are heavy. And if God gave you a man like that, then you have to be the woman that can hold up that man. Because an umbrella that is not used, it can be for the rain, for the sun, it shields, it provides shade, it allows what's under it not to be touched. We are the vessel, not weaker. We are the vessel that was meant to let the one that God gave us be held up and used for what he was made. So now, as a wife, I want to say, I don't want to get wet. I don't want to sunburn. My skin's not built for that. So instead, I'm going to let the man be who he was meant to be. And if God gave me, which he did, my man's about as heavy as this table. That means God made me capable of holding him up. If my man is not doing what he was made to do, it's because I, as his wife, am not holding him up.
God created women to be a helpmate, not a mate, a helpmate. God saw Adam in the garden and saw it wasn't good, he was alone, so he created one to help him. She has unlocked something. You need to go back and rewatch this a couple times, because she's truly unlocked something that is so biblical that you have to watch it twice to truly understand. And if you want to learn more about Jesus, subscribe or follow right now.
The benefits of marriage for a man typically isn't all that exciting for him.
What are y'all losing?
I didn't say that, losing or gaining. I said it's not exciting for him. There's not a fairy tale that men are taught to you know, from a kid.
Background and religious
No, it doesn't. We're talking about over here in America, right? Listen, men are not enthusiastic on getting married. I didn't go to college. I didn't like all these different things. Marriage is on the last.
Are you speaking for the high percentage of men, or are you speaking for the low percentage of men that are doing this type of talk? Because this type of talk is not true for every man. There are men that have morals, come up in church, that grew up in family value, that come around family, that have structure of marriage and are used to seeing their whole family marriage. There are men that are like that. Then you also have men that don't have that experience and don't care for marriage. But I can't say.
What I'm saying is that marriage is not the number one priority. That's what I'm saying. don't care if
I think boys, that's the number one.
That's perfect. Now, let me finish what I was saying. It's not the number one priority for men. There's not a man that I've ever met in my life from high school on that said, hey, in high school, what do you want to do when you grow up? I want to get married and have kids. No, it's like, yo, I want to go have this job. I want to maybe, acquire some type of accolades. Usually it's for his family and his wife. But the marriage point is the last thing on his list, the last thing to check off.
I see why men are staying single, because look around. We have women out here bragging about not cooking, not cleaning, not taking care of their home, not being soft, and not being supportive. And then expecting a man to show up as a provider, leader, planner, protector, and lover, while giving him absolutely nothing in return. And yes, I will be the one to say it. A home needs a woman who actually enjoys being a woman. A woman who takes pride in making her home feel warm and peaceful. A woman who loves her man in the same way that she wants to be loved. That is not oppression, that is care. Men are tired of being treated like a walking wallet. Tired of disrespect. Tired of begging for affection and a little peace. So, they are choosing to stay single, not because they hate women, but because they are looking for a woman that values her role just as much as his. And honestly, I don't blame them, because relationships only work when both people show up and give.
Believe it or not, there used to be a point in time where I could have a roster. Yeah. A little starting five. I could do it. I could juggle it. I was having a good time. I felt fulfilled enough. It was cool. You know the old saying, what you can't get from one man, you can definitely get from five.
I'm having a good time, like, dating and meeting new people and all of that, but I would like to get married at some point.
If your husband is a good guy, but you're ready for divorce, you're not a bad person.
How?
So don't let guilt get the best of you. You're not doing him any favors by staying. Your relationship doesn't have to be toxic to validate your feelings of wanting to leave. If he's a good guy, he deserves to be happy. That means he deserves to be with somebody who values him and wants him just the way he is. If that's not you, you gotta let him go. He may not see it like this right now, but you're doing both of you a favor.
There's no point in trying to change them anymore. They have to destroy themselves. You cannot tell them not to destroy themselves. It is mass delusion. And they think if they shout you down, call you names, make fun of you, do all of these things, that somehow it's going to change their outcome. The only thing that's going to change are men. And there is no use in trying to save these women. There's no use in trying to compromise. There's no use in trying to work with any woman over here, because they are gone. They are lost. We're going to have to let them run their course and let a younger generation see the destruction. When they become the old, bitter, nasty, destructive people that they are, I encourage men to go their own way. Don't approach, don't coddle, don't give princess treatment, don't listen to nothing. They deserve nothing. The only thing that's going to work is the absolute coldness of men.
If you're an American and you meet a girl in Medellin, Jaco, Sosua, Hio, Cebu, Bangkok, all these areas, she wants one of 5 things from you. 1, pay for play. 2, for you to buy her nice things, nice dinners, nice bags, etc. Which is basically more expensive and less explicit pay for play. 3, a green card, 4, to get knocked up so she has you for 18 years, and 5, to rob you. The vast majority of good girls in these areas are not talking to Americans. Americans have been going there for decades. You're not fooling anybody. She's the first Colombiana you've met. You're her 10 millionth American. If you actually want to meet girls abroad and have real relationships with them, go to smaller cities that aren't as frequented by Americans. Why should you trust me? Well, I look like this and I found my wife abroad.
When a woman has her period, it means it stops for the next week. I mean, she shouldn't have to perform if she's literally bleeding, right? I disagree. That week needs to be known as blowjob week. This is the 1 week every month she gets to work on her technique and show her man just how much she respects him. And respect has a domino effect. It's surprising how easy it can be to live with a man who gets his knob polished every now and then. This isn't something she's obligated to do or should be demanded to do. This is a gift she gets to give. And not only will you sleep well, she'll sleep well knowing she's hitting that white right out of the park.
And what usually happens with a lot of these modern women is they downplay the things that they have access to, they take advantage of. And that's what the men were saying. When it comes to a lot of these women, they want the man to pay, right? But, if it were the other way around and you don't think that you need to give him anything, you don't need to reciprocate. Men get tired of that. Well, I like to go out with men who pay, and by the way, there's nothing wrong with that. And also don't sit up here and act like all gender roles are double standards are the same. Basically, when it's a double standard involving a woman, then it should be okay. But when it's a double standard involving a man and a man gets the benefit, then it's not okay. We can't have that. And modern women always have reasons for why we can't. Well, it harms us. Ooh, men are literally taking the lives and eliminating women. That's why we can't do that. But I tell you what, I can't take the risk of coming outside for a $75 dinner date. But I tell you what I can do. I can take the risk and come outside for a $500 dinner date. Right, because with $500, you're not going to, if this was truly the case, you're not going to end up in the same position.
So you want to know what would make the world such a better place? What would make the world such a better place if more women actually started to become more logical than doing everything off of emotion. Nothing turns a man off more than when he's trying to explain something to you from a logical standpoint and you go in your mind and you decide to be emotional about it and then literally, totally won't hold yourself accountable, will cry and then flip the story on the man and make him feel some type of way as if he did something wrong because you want to deal with emotion. Men are tired of it. Men want you to be able to be a grown woman, and they very much want you to have some level of logic. Now, are you going to always be as logical as a man? Of course not. But to have a healthy relationship with a man, you very much need to have some level of logic. It cannot always be emotional. Emotions are not going to solve problems. Emotions are just going to cause you to continue to not hold yourself accountable, continue to blame the man for everything, continue to point the finger back at him, and literally act like a toddler. Men are over it. Men want grown women. They want grown women that got some logic and can actually sit there and listen to what they saying and communicate with them instead of always getting in their feelings. So I need y'all to stop.
Yes, I have a kid, but I don't want to date a guy with any kids, and here's why. Unless you're like a widower, why are you single? What did you do? What did you do to the mother of your children? Because I know that girl did not want to break up a home. She did not want to do that. She did not want to be a single mother. I'm speaking from experience. Literally, I told the father of my child, like every time he did something wrong that any person would leave in a relationship for, I would literally beg him to be normal and to get his life together and to be responsible, because I did not want to be a single mother. Did not. So if you, sir, have child, anything, and your baby mama is not on drugs and you have full custody of your children, yeah, I don't want to know. I don't want to, maybe she cheated on you. Okay, yeah, you probably started it. Let's just be real. I do not want a man with a child because something happened and it's his fault usually. I'm gonna say 9 times out of 10, his fault. And you can say that I'm f***ing whatever you want. All the men in my comments are gonna be like, shut up. Already shut up. You haven't even said anything. Shut up. Thank you.
Whenever I get a girlfriend, these are 5 things that I'm just not doing because it's just common sense to me. But maybe it's not common sense to everybody else. I will not be in no other woman's likes, bro. Like, you not finna catch me being in your friend's likes. My girl will never be that girl that will hear your man is in my likes. You would never hear that. And I'm expecting that will be vice versa. I should not be scrolling on Instagram and you in another man's likes and he look just like me. We gonna have a problem. Even though it's just a like, it's still like, why you liking that? What you like about that? Number 2, bro, giving people hugs. I will only give you a hug if you cool and friends with my girl. If you not, you get in a handshake. Even though it's simple, it's very, very big. Those things that I pay attention to, I wouldn't want my partner thinking like, oh, does he like her? That's not gonna be a thought. I'm not giving her no access to have any thoughts like that. I can be very polite, I can be very nice, but I'm very mindful of how I have a conversation with another woman. If I notice she's just talking to me and she ain't acknowledging who I'm with, yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Cause I ain't gonna talk to you. I'm gonna just look at you. I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna look at her. I'm like, do you want to answer to that? Cause like, she ain't just talking to me. I can say, hi, I'm gonna be respectful, but I don't need to have a conversation with you about my life. What you need to know that for? One thing about me, I'm gonna make sure that my girl will never feel not included. I don't care if it's just a little high and by. You can high and buy the both of us. Another thing that I'm not doing, I will not be talking about other women when I'm out with the boys. If my boys is trying to get me to look at another woman, they ain't my boys. They trying to lead me into some trouble, and I ain't got time for that. If you my homie, you start talking about other women, yeah, we just not gonna hang out, bro. I'd rather stay at the crib until my girl get back. You need to be just as loyal as you are when she's around than when she's not. When you set those boundaries, that will save you so much time and so many arguments that don't even need to be had when you just already set those boundaries. She shouldn't even have to tell you to do that.
Why don't we get it as women? Men will move mountains for us, especially when they love us and feel at peace. There's nothing that they won't do for us. Men are so simple in what they want, but they are so deep in how they feel. All of the stuff that men deal with every single day out in the world, they are not looking to control anybody. They just need calm. This is what I know for sure. When a man finds a woman that brings him peace and not pressure, he automatically locks in. You see, women think that they have to tell men what to do. You don't. He already knows because he wants to do it. Men want to be respected for who they are and not constantly corrected for who they're not. When you give a man peace, he will build you the world. When you give him chaos, he will walk away and protect his energy. It's not about control. It's not about submission. It's about balance. Because a man cannot lead where he has no peace.
These are 4 simple behaviors that you're doing without noticing as a man, but let's get into it. You must stop. 1. You got nervous around pretty girls, 10 out of 10 look-wise. But around a 7 and 6, you macho man, you know what I'm saying? You don't care, you chilling. Nonchalant, right? Why are you changing your behaviors or getting nervous around pretty girls? A lot of these girls be pretty on the outside on the inside. And she's probably just as nervous as you. This is a clear indicator of low confidence, my guy. Like, come on, dog. You gotta learn to rise to the occasion. Kim Kardashian could be in front of me and I'll still act the same, because I don't give a f***. I'm him in my head. I'm Himothy. I'm him Duncan. I'm gonna give you a life gem though, right? Anytime you chilling with a girl, she's just as nervous as you. 2, you talk to her too much, my guy. You at work, you snapping her. You at the gym, you sending her selfies. You in school, you texting her. And then you wondering why girls get bored and you be like, I don't want to be with you no more. Oh, I was doing everything right. You was being needy. Yeah, girls say like this, right? Yeah, I want a guy who's gonna text me every day. She see me every day, right? And then they leave. Never listen to what a girl says. Listen to her actions. 3, you still trying to link her. She turned you down the first time, or she said maybe so. Maybe so means most likely no. She's not linking you. She's playing with you. A girl got one time to flake on me, and she out in the picture. Look, I ain't tripping over shorty. A better dude probably came in the picture. I just charged to the game and on to the next. 4, you're looking past all the red flags because she look good. You go on her Instagram, naked pictures everywhere, titties all out. She's tweeting about 24/7. But she's the one. This the girl you gonna wipe. Come on, dog. Y'all gotta stop seeing girls from a surface level, bro. A lot of these girls be pretty as on the inside or mentally, you know what I'm saying? Y'all be safe though.
3 things you can say to your man to make him feel on top of the world. I'm proud of you. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm proud of you because he carries so much that he never even tells you about. He shows up when he's tired, when he's exhausted, when the world feels like it's caving in on him. Because men need to hear it just as much as they give it. Tell him thank you. Not just for the big things, but for the small things as well. For the work he does without asking for credit. You ever notice that there are times where your man will do something and you don't even ask him to do it, he just does it? Yeah, he's trying to make your life easier. Gratitude builds connection faster than most things. Be thankful for your man. I appreciate you. Telling him that he's appreciated makes him feel seen and not just taken for granted. It reminds him that he's a partner and not just a provider. Men thrive when they feel respected and acknowledged. Try saying those 3 things. Promise you, it'll make your man feel on top of the world.
So let me ask you a question. We go on a date and I'll drop you off and you walk into your house, right? I should always make sure you get in the house, right?
Absolutely.
I should come in too, right? Because listen.
Come on now.
This is a proven fact.
What? Proven fact.
No serial killer will ever be on the porch.
They'll kill you in the house.
Exactly. Why can't I come in?
Wait. Oh, I see what you're saying. Meaning that you need to check the house.
I need going
not
with
the
you.
porch, because
Yeah.
generally a serial
They
will
usually be in the
inside
bed,
house.
inside your bed. So when we go home and we go lay down, make sure he's not in the bed.
You gotta get it together.
That is together.
No, I'm telling you, you gotta get it together.
The day you stop simping for these girls is the day you become a man. They're playing you like a fiddle, man. How do you not see this? They're doing everything they want you to do for them, but are they doing anything for you? Are they giving you that same energy and effort? Why are you always going the extra mile? Why isn't she doing that for you? It's like a one-way street. This is a one-way relationship. Come on, man. Look yourself in the mirror and realize this ain't right. You deserve better, man. Find someone who fucks with you the way you fuck with her. You don't want to be chasing someone who's not chasing you. You both want to be chasing each other. That makes the great thing for a relationship, man.
Simping really is for the unattractive. Like, you will never see someone who's super, like, traditionally attractive simping for a girl, bro. If you are attractive enough, you don't have to simp. You don't have to do all that, because the girls will be more receptive to you if you just go up and talk to them. Like, if you sit there and you just simp, you're like, oh, I bought you this, oh, I did this. They're gonna think you're weird, and you're probably not very attractive if you have to do that. There is a major difference between caring for a girl, caring for your partner, and then being a simp. No one likes a simp, bro. Like, I know that's kind of an outdated term, but you will never catch me doing some simping activity, bro. Like, ever. I know I don't really talk to these girls anyway, but you'll never catch me be, oh, I got you this. Oh, I bought you all this stuff. I did all this. No, be nice, have good personality. Don't be a simp, dude.
We have romanticized romance so much, we almost don't like the truth. And the truth is, you will not always be so googly eyed over your partner. The truth is, sometimes you're really going to be disappointed, upset, angry, emotional, bothered. You don't even frustrated. You don't even want to be around that person, right? These moments can happen in your relationship, and it doesn't mean that you're ready to throw in the towel, or you're ready to give up, or you're ready to say this person is not for me. It just says, hey, this is a trigger and a signal that's telling me something that happened doesn't feel good. What does that mean?
And there was a woman talking about, essentially her argument was the world would be a better place if more women used logic rather than emotions to deal with their man. And essentially she went on to say, now you're never going to be as logical as a man is, because that's just not the way that your mind works. And that's okay. But you can come a little bit more to their side and have an understanding of what they're talking about. And this is really honestly and truly what a lot of men are asking for. Asking for you to change who you are, to stop what you're doing. I'm just asking you to understand my perspective on it. Modern women, they can, but they don't want to understand the man's perspective. Does not matter how many times a man says, this is what I'm going through, this is how I feel. I just want somebody to understand, validate that, and help me to work through whatever challenges I have, or you have, or we have, or a combination of all of them. We can be a team, but most of the time it's, let's just work through the woman's problems, the woman's concerns. Let's see it from her perspective. No matter what you feel, no matter what you're thinking, we're going to see it from her perspective.
This is a custody exchange, and he's recording because he wants to protect himself, but she's not really happy with that. She's not really happy with the fact that he's recording, so she can't go do no dumb shit to him. Does he notice it? Yeah, it turns back. Alright. He's asking about it, I guess.
It's not.
It is when
I'm about 8 feet away. Can I have my daughter, please?
Yes, I just asked you to get her.
Okay.
Stop recording me.
No, I won't.
She has her phone. and
My
it's
safety is at risk with you?
It is not.
Yes, it is.
Let's not have this conversation.
Can you please give me my daughter?
If you stop recording, you can come over here and get your daughter.
So now you're refusing the right to give me my daughter.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that
You
I'm
just,
not gonna
can I have my daughter, please? Can I have my daughter, please?
I'm not going to.
Can I have my daughter, please?
For the court order.
I'm not recording in your personal space.
You are if I walk over there.
Just give me my daughter,
Then put on your
please.
baby and make sure when we can stop recording. This is ridiculous because why are you afraid of somebody recording you? That doesn't make any sense unless you are capable of doing stuff and saying stuff when the camera is not rolling and you don't want that to be used against you in court. If I was doing a custody exchange, I could care less if he wants to record me because I'm not there to cause problems. He said he cannot trust that you're going to cooperate and not be rude or do some dumb, so he has to record you, and that's okay. If you know you're not doing anything, give up the child and go on about your day. Women just tend to make a mountain out of nothing. It's not necessary. That could have been a freaking 2-minute change.
I saw this woman talking about how we'll never skip the patriarchy. Feminists will claim that they're feminists, but when it comes to a woman proposing to her man, it's seen as like wrong. And how that's upholding patriarchal values, right? Men are inherently dangerous. Men are. My firm belief is the reason that we have men properly court us and properly take the time to date us, truly invest in us. As women, we need proof that this man is not going to be a liability, that this man is not going to be dangerous. I'm not saying providing a proposal and a ring will do that, but a man truly investing in you, investing more than just financially, I'm talking about mentally, emotionally, vulnerability, and proving himself to you to make you feel safe enough with him. As women, we have safety within ourselves. We can have security within ourselves. But if we are going to sacrifice our future goals, our minds, our own bodies to find our person to be with forever, because we're human, connection's important, and it's needed, I'm against a woman proposing to a man. And is that proof when it comes to providing and protecting inherently patriarchal? It probably is. But we also need that as women so we can ensure that we are protecting ourselves when it comes to dating and marrying these men.
Excuse me, you guys. What is the most beautiful thing about a black woman?
Her smartness, her
intellect.
her hard working, being a hard worker.
A hard worker.
Being able to take over even when a man is not there. Not needing a man. Her confidence. That's the best part.
So once again, if I'm not mistaken, I believe my question was, what is the most beautiful thing about a black woman? How did we go from that to talking about men? It's crazy how a lot of them hate men, and where is that coming from? Comment section, what do you guys think?
Not needing a man. Her confidence. That's the best part.
So do you think black women don't need men today?
Yes.
Why do you think?
But it is, I mean, it's a man and woman word. You can't be happy like that without a man or a woman, but you can still take care of yourself without a man or a woman, though.
So, but like all in all, black women need men for them to progress, or you don't think so?
Absolutely not. A man don't need a woman to progress. You can progress on your own.
That's not the same though, is it?
I'm not really attracted to women right now. And before you spam up, you're never been, never will be. I'm not attracted to the ego in the majority of women. The mindset, the energy, the attitude, the disrespect. Women aren't really appealing no more to me. Like, I don't feel anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's coming to the point where, like, I strictly feel something based on energy, based on a mindset, based on how you treat me, how you speak to me, based on your attitude, based on your humbleness, your sweetness, your kindness. Like, being a bad or whatever is going on these days, it's just not appealing. Like, it's just not appealing. The ego is mainly the ego. So many egotistical women that treat you like you're beneath them and they're better than you. And like their looks mean everything to them and like they have nothing else to go off of. And I'm just not attracted to that. Like, I'd rather much be alone.
The necessity of a good man. That's why some single mothers, especially the ones who failed in marriages, they prefer to go and correct their behavior and go back to their husbands. Because when they realize that, hey, out there, it's a dark world, all I had to do was cook for that man. All I had to do was, you know, give him. All I had to do was respect him. And they realized that, hey, I couldn't give him this particular stuff. You know what? He's still single. You know, he's still mourning the relationship. I'm going to fix myself. And I'm going to pray to God to give me this man back. And they go back and they what? They restore stuff, because she starts realizing that out there, it's not serious ones on top of that. And they'll come there. They'll park BMWs for you. They will smile for you. They will look at you. They will bedazzle you off your feet. They'll take you to La Parada. They'll take you to Papa's. They'll take you to all these nice fancy restaurants. You'll be swept off your feet. And that first date, you have to give something for it.
Yeah.
And it's your body.
Nothing's for free.
Exactly. And a lot of women that are single mothers are realizing that this world doesn't work on free.
Hot take. As a man, you should pay for everything. But as a man, don't you want to be able to provide for your woman like that? So before you even attack women and calling them gold diggers, like, they're asking for what you actually want to do for them. And if you don't feel that way, then dude, man up. But as a woman, you need to make your man feel safe and make him feel heard. And when I say all that, I'm not talking about, oh, you need to cook and clean, which most men are going to talk about. Yeah, that's great. But the most important thing is making them feel like you actually care about them and supporting them. And trust me, ladies, if you do that, that man will do anything for you. And here's another piece of advice for you ladies. And trust me, take this from me because I'm a guy. If your first instinct is to find a man to provide for you, then that's why you always get your heart broken, and this is why you think all men ain't. Yeah, we aren't, because most of us have already gotten our hearts broken and tried over and over again, and nothing has happened, and we always lost to the bad guy. So once we do make a lot of money, yeah, we're not, okay? We're gonna have a roster, we're gonna do whatever the heck we want, because now we get whatever we want. That's why you in line. So my piece of advice for you is to find a man that's on the come up and has some type of passion, because those are the guys that will actually text you back fast, think about you, remember the little things about you, and wants to create memories and moments. And isn't that what you want? But if you are somebody that's just looking for money and looking for just someone to provide for you, then that's not real love. Real love is real connection. It's like friendship on steroids. Like, do you expect your friend to pay for everything? So final note, men, do everything. Pay for everything. Be that person. And women, stop taking shortcuts.
I'm not helping you. I don't care anymore.
Jessica filed a formal complaint alleging that Daniel's actions were inappropriate and violated her personal space. Her legal team argues that even in emergency situations, you do not have the right to touch another person without consent.
Right? A woman walking the street, obviously, she didn't look both ways, right? Just a standard, I guess, nowadays. She's not looking both ways. Nothing new there, I guess. Nothing new. She walks on the street, a car almost hits her at 50 miles per hour. A guy runs, grabs her like by here and pulls her out. And she's like, dude, I just saved your life. And guess what she did? No. She sued him for and that's, my friend, why you guys lose everything, right? That didn't happen. You just got saved. The guy just pushed you out of the street. So therefore, I do not do anything. If I ever see that in person, that's your time. God's calling you to, it's your time right now to go. Wherever you want to go, heaven or hell. Wherever you want to go, you're going. It's your time, like God intended. I'm minding my own business.
It's actually sad how many girls have never been on an actual real date before. Now, Raymond, what's a real date? A real date is you go to her house with some flowers, you speak to whoever you need to speak to. She might live by herself. You bring her out, you open a door for her, you take her to the restaurant, you got reservations, maybe you have a note out on the table, maybe you've got some sort of thing going on with the restaurant where they know it's your guys' date. Y'all have a great conversation, you pay for the date, you send her back home, and y'all have a great night.
Now, granted, some girls are going to live their life and be whatever they want to be, but the fact that as a man that chivalry is a problem,
The fact that the art of courting a woman is beyond me.
And you know, there was a guy that did a street interview, and the women were essentially saying that, well, I don't need a man for anything. I don't need a man to progress. I mean, you actually do. You actually do. Right? There's certain things, there's ways that a man helps you to progress, whether he's in your house or he's outside of your house. He's building things and he's providing protection. Do you think of, once again, it's the easiest example of men being in the military. A lot of this stuff, they have walls and buildings. So if people were to come in, there is a line of defense. So you can get to safety. And hopefully they fight off whoever the attacker is, so you can continue to do whatever it was that you were doing with your life. But imagine you remove that wall, like you keep the walls or whatever it is, the defense, and you remove the men. Imagine if you do that, right? Now you have to stop what you're doing, try to defend what's yours, possibly lose your life, and then you won't be progressing anywhere. Now, will you? And I know that reality is it's kind of grim and it's harsh, but it's just a small example of how men help you in your daily lives. And you sitting, well, I don't need a man to progress. You walking on that pavement, you walking into buildings that have air conditioning and heat. You walk into a buffet and they got all that set up so you can eat and have a good time and enjoy yourself. A lot of that stuff is being built by a man. You need to eat, right? It's just, well, it's my choice of what I want to eat. He didn't do this, I built a place where you can go safely and not only eat, but you eat in comfort. And you eat as much as you want so that you can go back to grinding. And you leave in a good mood because now I have my stomach is full. I got my coffee and now I'm ready to kick butt because a man provided the way for you.
If he says, I don't mind providing, if you stay home to cook, clean, and take care of the kids, then honey, he minds. That is not a provider. That is a traditional man.
Okay, so she's basically saying men who say that are like bad. And I'm just wondering, what kind of man do you want? Like, do they really think it's realistic for there to be a man where he's like, hey, just take my money. I have no ulterior motive at all. Like, you guys know the whole provider thing is misogynistic. But even aside from that, you're telling me that you expect your man to just like want to give you money for the vibes? Just to pay for everything just for the vibes? Like, these can't be real human being thoughts. And normally I wouldn't stitch this video because this video is from 2023, but this was so ridiculous I had to say something. It's kind of making some of these talking points make sense because sometimes I'm like, bro, even if you're right about all this provider stuff and that's like how it should be, you're still wrong with the take. Like the concept that men are supposed to be providers and women are just supposed to sit around, like how does that make any sense? Like, you know, when they say relationships are supposed to be give and take, they don't mean one person gives and the other person takes. They mean like they're both doing both. Like that video literally has 60K likes in a video where she's just like, you know what? Your man should just want to give you money for no reason. If your man expects anything positive out of the relationship, red flag. Like what are we on here? Like in society.
Ladies, you can be consistent too. I posted a video the other day trying to speak for y'all, trying to articulate some of the needs that y'all have in regards to consistency and y'all not necessarily wanting a man to do the same thing over and over again more than you want him to be consistent with intentionality. And some of y'all use my video to weaponize against men. But what about you, sis? Can you be consistent? Can you be consistent with supporting that man? Can you be consistent with regulating your emotions in a healthy way instead of always projecting these unhealthy, unhealed, traumatic emotions onto that man? Can you be consistent with not always telling that man how you feel and sometimes coming to him with a logical standpoint? Can you be consistent? What about you, sis? What about you? Y'all say if he wanted to, he would, and you right. But guess what? If she wanted to, she would. So stop acting like relationships are one-sided. Stop acting like that man don't have needs too, that he don't have feelings too. Stop acting like that man don't need consistency with intentionality too. Can you be consistent? Can you be consistent with not making everything in the relationship about you? Can you be consistent when he gives his feelings or he gives his issue and not making it about how he said it or what he said to you? Can you be consistent with accountability? Can you, can you be consistent with having peace within yourself so you don't have to be that man's peace because you are a peaceful person? Can you be consistent? Now let me see you weaponize this.
Too many people jump out the window based on how they feel instead of what's actually being reciprocated, right? Like, fact is, certain people, man, they just have charisma. They just have an aura. They just have a grip on you in one way or another. And because they do, it'll cause you to look past things that you should be paying very, very close attention to. Because of that, we'll start getting delusional in terms of what they're actually providing us in this, whatever this is, this situation, relationship, whatever this is. But fact is that you never demanded that they reciprocate the energy you gave. You allowed them to skate by, giving bare minimum on all fronts. And instead of that causing you to be like, hold on, let me take a step back, you went harder to try to prove yourself and to try to get that type of reciprocation out of them that they were never willing to give to begin with. We got to move based on reality instead of what we feel. And a lot of times those two things do not align.
I keep getting, how am I still single? I don't know. I think God keeps blocking me because I keep praying that prayer. Around this time last year, I matched with a woman who said she hadn't been to the Texas State Fair in some years. I said, we could do that as a first date. She said, yeah, that sounds fun. So we came up with a date and time for the following week. The next day, after coming up with this agreement, I reached out to her just to see how her day was going. Crickets. Looked online to see if there had been any kind of movement. Completely disconnected. She said she was a runner, and I guess she meant it. Then the funny thing was that she came up on another application and people you may know. I don't want to know that heifer. Her lipstick stuck on her teeth for an hour and nobody said anything. Then an associate of mine left me hanging. I saw her in a picture with a fine woman. I asked, like, who is that? So I was like, I don't know. I ain't get her name because we was just in the photo shoot together. You wasn't even thinking about me. Oh, selfish heifer. Then I was online having a fantastic conversation with someone. Lots of friendly banter. I followed her, she followed me, and I saw in her video she had different hairstyles. One looked like the old Jada Pinkett from Low Down Dirty Shame. I said, the short hair looks good on you. Next thing I know, Gone with the Wind in less than 10 minutes. Can't make this stuff up. And I can't tell y'all how many times this has been the situation. It is what it is at this point. I'll keep working on myself and enjoying life in the meantime, and God will let the dots connect whenever it's his time.
Dating is so crazy these days. Everyone is just playing a game. I refuse to sign up for that. I was talking to a friend, and she quite literally said to me, you're gonna stay single forever if you don't start playing the game. If that man sends you a message, you shouldn't be responding immediately. You should wait 3 hours to respond. If he calls you, don't answer the phone. If he tries to schedule a date with you, don't be available, even if you are available. See, the thing is that for me, I'm a person who's busy. So I'm not always going to see the text message right away. But if I see the text message right away and I'm available to respond, I will. If I receive the phone call and I'm available to speak, I'm going to answer. And if I have availability Thursday night, I'm going to go out with you Thursday night. I'm not going to pretend that I'm busy just to prove to you that I live a busy life, because I already live a busy life. I don't need to fake it. And the sad part is that when you reciprocate, people get turned off. They don't like you anymore. They like the people who resist. Like, you want the girl that you can't get because the one that likes you back, well, that was too easy. What? It's just such a game. Why can't it be more simple? Boy meets girl, boy likes girl, girl likes boy, boy and girl go together and be together. No, we gotta play games. We gotta pretend that we don't like each other. I don't sign up for that. I want to fall in love.
If you're not dependent on your spouse, that's not a marriage. Because what would be the purpose of me not being dependent on him and him not being dependent on me? In order for him to be the performer that he needs to be, I have to be the woman that he needs to be. Like, he needs to come home and have a woman who's encouraging him and who is joyful and who's uplifting his spirit and has a nice warm meal ready for him when he gets home so he can actually eat and doesn't also have to take care of the home. And then for me, of course, he's my provider and he's my safety and he's the man, like he's the rock of our relationship and he's my leader. And so without the two, like, and that's why, again, roles are so important. And when I say roles, I'm not saying I cook and clean and he goes to work. I'm saying that I'm the nurturer. I take care of him. I take care of the home. I'm the encourager, the joyful one, the spirit, the life in our relationship. And he is the defender, protector, provider. And that dynamic is what helps the marriage flourish.
Okay, dating rant. So, you know, when you're just getting to chit-chatting about, like, what are you looking for, blah, 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 and a male decides, let's call him Johnny, decides to tell you, like, I'm not looking for anything serious right now, and my life is so hectic, and, you know, I'm just, like, so busy, and I just gotta have a relationship. Like, oh my God, Johnny, that is, like, not the first time I've ever heard anyone say this. Do you think you're so unique? Also, like, working in finance and working out at Equinox and also hanging out with all your guy friends must be so hectic. It must be so hectic and really hard for you. I'm so sorry you don't know how to multitask. But yeah, what a unique story. You're not like anyone else in the city.
I just had a complete meltdown because my heart is tired. And this next season, I just want a break. My heart just need a break. Because I am tired of giving unconditional love to conditional people. I am tired of being liked and not chosen. I am tired of being seen, heard, but never truly valued. Y'all, I am tired. I am tired of being the strong person. I am tired of being the person who understands. I am tired of being the person who takes the higher road. I am tired of giving and never getting it back. I am tired. I'm human and I know this is my flesh talking because I'm exhausted.
Baby, let me tell you something. If you take a woman on a date 3 to 5 times and she doesn't kiss you on your lips or on your cheek, baby, she don't like you like that. And as far as I'm concerned, she just using you for what you got. Because, baby, what's a kiss? What's a kiss? You feel me? Especially if you're a woman that loves to kiss. That shit don't make no sense. And I don't want to hear like, oh, everybody don't kiss as soon as they meet somebody and that's too soon. Baby, it ain't too soon for him to be spending his money on you. Taking you on date after date after date. You better be glad he ain't trying to. You heard it here first. Yeah.
Well, now that I'm on Instagram, there's something I've been hearing that I want to make a comment on. If the sisters don't want to act like a wife and audition to be a wife, then stop acting like you want your man to act like a husband and pay all your bills. That's what a husband does. He takes care of his wife and family, not just his girlfriend. You have to really take on the responsibilities of a wife and mother if you want to have a man that takes on the responsibilities of a husband and provider.
And, you know, once again, Bryce covered it. What are we on in society to where the man is supposed to expect absolutely nothing out of the relationship? He's supposed to expect absolutely nothing out of the relationship. I mean, the man sits there and he provides all this stuff. He just gives you money to just kind of sit there and hang out. Who does that? Who does that? Even if you give your child money, you're not giving, they might get an allowance, but a lot of times when a child gets an allowance, they've gotten an allowance because they've done something. Or that's the way it used to be. You do dishes, you get an allowance. Right? I allow you to have this. Why don't you go mow the lawn? I allow you to have this money. I'm giving it to you. And if you want that tour, you want that game, or you want these concert tickets, you got to mow the lawn. It teaches the kid discipline, teaches them to work for something, teaches, I mean, you're, at some point in time, you're going to be doing that for the employer. You want money, you got to work for it. You want anything in life, you got to work for it. But somehow modern women think, I don't have to work for a man. I don't have to work for love. I don't have to work for a relationship.